Good morning, everyone. How are you? Happy Monday. It is kind of chilly and stormy here in Seattle. But today's topic is it time for a tune-up? And I am talking all things boundaries because the holidays are right around the corner. Next week is my birthday, and then the week after that is like, here we go, full blown holiday season. And it's always a good reminder to check in and see, like, how are my boundaries? And so they are always important. I mean, when I talk soul care and when I talk self care, the number one thing before you could add anything into your already kind of hectic life is to set boundaries. Okay. And so, like, okay, I know I have family coming into town, and you know, the holidays bring up a lot of stuff for people, right? It's family relationships, it's um family of origin relationships, it's, stretching yourself too thin and saying yes to all of these like really exciting holiday parties, or baking cookies for your kids, or whatever it is, right? And so, but when we say yes to everything, oftentimes we do it at the expense of ourselves, and we leave ourselves exhausted and depleted, and a lot of times kind of resentful and burnt out. And who wants to feel like that during the holidays? I know I don't. So so just checking in with yourself and seeing where you're at is super helpful. And like, families all come together out of love, but it ain't always that easy, right? And oftentimes it's not. And this is where boundaries come in. And the word boundaries is often flung around, but a lot of times people aren't truly clear about what a boundary actually is. And so a boundary serves to help you establish your identity. Okay, it is basically your energy field. Okay, because we all have one, and it's like this egg orb light around us. And in psych terms, it's called a boundary. Okay, and boundaries also help you define your individuality and basically what you will and won't hold yourself accountable for. Okay, so that is a boundary. They are different they're different for everyone, and they're also different in different circumstances. Okay, so they're different for everyone. So like, and that depends on like your family of origin, it depends on your culture, it depends on society, it depends on life experiences. Okay, and they could be either super rigid or super open, super flexible. And they also change by your environment and who you're with. So they're going to be different if you are like with your boss versus like your best friend, right? And so just having that understanding that they're not going to be the same for everyone in every experience helps you kind of understand it a little bit more. And so one of the questions, or a few questions to ask yourself, are you easily suggestible? Or do you know what you believe? Especially going into the holidays, right? Because there's a lot of different perspectives. There's the elections coming up. There are different opinions and beliefs. And so it is important to, one, take the time, take alone time, take care of yourself, but also ask yourself these questions as you're going into like Thanksgiving dinner, right? So are you suggestible, and do you know what you believe? Can you hold your opinions? Can you listen with an open mind to someone else's opinion without becoming rigid? Okay, that's an important one, because I know in my family we have a lot of different beliefs going on, a lot of different political beliefs, and it's important to be able to hear someone else's belief, right? Because it's a belief. You can't change their belief system. They can't change yours, right? So it's about learning how to understand and be open so that you can keep your boundaries and create less friction, right? And also forgot to mention, like, if you're catching this live, let me know. If you're catching it replay, hashtag replay, because that way it will get to a lot more members in the group and they could see this. Also, mental boundaries also refer to our thoughts, our ideas, and our viewpoints, okay? And so, again, this is about being respectful and open, even with different belief systems. Right now, I'm just talking about like the mental and psychological and thought boundaries, but there are like 6 different types of boundaries, which I actually go into in the 6-week boundaries course. And if you haven't signed up, we are closed, but if you're interested, just DM me or drop it down here and we can chat. And I plan on teaching this again next year. So I know it was kind of a tight race to get it out, but I will be offering it again in, I don't know, early next year, which is soon approaching. And so, again, it's about being like, where am I? Because I always have notes, right? So understanding where your boundaries are and still being open to somebody else's beliefs and thoughts are what's going to get you through the holidays, as well as soul care, as well as alone time, as well as saying no to all the things on your list. And yeah, and when we are open to another person's beliefs, it's about building bridges. It's not about changing somebody's mind. And when we could build those bridges, healing and love can occur. So that is what I wanted to share with you all today. I hope you had a great weekend. And next Monday, I will not be doing a live. I am going to be traveling back from Atlanta. I'm visiting my best friend from high school, and my other best friend from the East Coast will be traveling down as well. So I will be traveling back, but I will pop in at some point and do a live for you next week, maybe Tuesday. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that too. Okay. Mwah. See ya.